The first question deals with carrying your cross daily. Does this apply to the 7 daily sins or sins in general? Now, carrying your cross is not about sin. Carrying your cross, I mean, that's the whole thing. People see that there's sin. Even when Paul says, I asked Jesus to get rid of this 3 times, and he says, my grace is sufficient to you. If you put in the context of that chapter, it wasn't about sin that he was struggling with. It was an ailment that he had. You know, some people think he had leprosy. Some people think he was blind because he wrote big things later. And he kept asking God to get rid of those crosses that we have. Our sin is not a cross. A sin is something we need to get rid of out of our life, like I already talked about. But our crosses are those things we deny ourselves for, or if we're suffering in something and we're saying, and the best thing to do there is, that's why he says, is to deny yourself, pick up your cross and follow after me. Again, your cross has to be the same cross that Jesus had. And so Jesus, when he picked up his cross, it was our sins, not his, but that is not the point. The point is we follow after him, and then he does what he does for us. So let's say you're struggling and you got COVID or you got something else, and don't waste a moment of suffering. Never, ever waste suffering. Say, Jesus, I offer up my suffering today for this person. Someone who's struggling, for my family, for someone who doesn't know God. And now you're uniting yourself with Christ on the cross. But so, again, make sure that you don't see sin as part of your cross. Sin is something that needs to get out of your life. We're always going to have some kind of sin, but we're always going against it. Some crosses you're never going to get out of your life, but that's why we embrace them. And when we embrace the cross, it becomes lighter. But then we use that for other people, just the way Jesus did. Okay? The next question.